Hello, how is everyone? Um, you're probably wondering, hang on, this isn't an episode of Read and React. No, it's not. I was gonna do an episode, but I didn't really have the time or the energy or the enthusiasm to do it. And I've kind of been doing that for the last few weeks. Like there hasn't been my thoughts on for next week and then a few weeks before because I'm quite busy working on the Epic Eric pilot from the short, and there's been a lot of things that's been happening in my real life that's been very difficult for me to do anything really, I suppose. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little update video because I had time to reflect after my cancellation of Reading React episode 6, because I've had a lot of thought about the future of this channel. And before you ask, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not retiring. I'm still going to make videos on this channel. But I've had the longest think about it, but because I'm still doing these I'm scheduling these videos like every day at 4. But since I'm kind of running out of things to, you know, say what I like or what I think of it or just anything in particular. So, and also my thoughts on, I have been less and less enthusiastic about the ones I've did before, which has always been on my phone mostly until the last one. I don't know. I just didn't feel the energy to do any more of them via on, you know, recording them via voice memo and then editing them on InShot and whatnot. So I think I might at some point, not now, like maybe in September, I might actually do them via post because it's a lot easier to write up what I think of a movie, and um, it's easier to remember what I said and what I thought of it because I haven't got a very good memory of anything, and yeah. And I don't know. There's just been a lot going on in my real life that's made things difficult for me to make and whatnot. Like I don't know if you know this. I'm sure I have. I told people, but maybe not the channel or people who watch the channel. My real life has been really difficult because my parents have recently they split up. So I was obviously, if your parents are no longer seeing each other, you're deeply affected by this, and whatever side you take, it's very hard to take in, and it's hard for anyone to do anything when that happens. And I mean, I've still made videos and all that, but there were days where I genuinely didn't want to do anything. I was too, um, I was too panicky. I had too much anxiety. I genuinely I wanted to do something, and I know I'm not to blame for what happened. I won't go into details because I mean, obviously it's a close guarded secret and it's personal, but also I'll just get anxiety because I don't want that. I don't want to feel like I'm not doing anything to fix anything. So yeah, that's happened, and there was one point, I think this was last week, I genuinely started to physically, and I mean physically, panic. Like inhaling, exhaling, like I felt like I was having a panic attack, like almost physically. I couldn't drive, I couldn't go anywhere, I genuinely couldn't do anything. And stuff like that, and the fact that I keep procrastinating a lot of things just stopped me from making vids. I made the Hector video, which took what, like I don't know. It wasn't particularly too long, but it wasn't exactly short. And I'm still working on the Epic Eric shorts as well. That's why I've took a week off my thoughts on just to do that, and I'm thinking of doing them via posts to save time. And I think after this year, I'm probably not going to do I'm not gonna like schedule or make videos for every day. I'm probably gonna do them for selected days because this whole splitting up thing has just affected me deeply, and I, I don't know. It's just a little too much for me to think about in terms of making videos because it's affecting me, and it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's hard. It is really really hard. But don't worry, I will still make videos. I'm not going anywhere. My thoughts on will kind of sort of continue in a way, but not via video. I mean, I did one yesterday on here, and it seemed to work because I slowed down the footage of John Wick Chapter 4 and I narrated over it, so that was all right. So I might do that, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry there's no read and react because I was going to do it and I was out somewhere and I thought I'm a little too stressed. Just I'm too under the weather to do anything at the moment. I mean, I've worked a little bit more on the shore because that's the only thing that's kind of keeping me sane, really. So I'm really, again, I apologize if I have been a little inactive in. I mean, not like in terms of what's been scheduled. I mean, all the videos have been scheduled, months or maybe weeks ago. Like the DVD, my faults, DVD menu walkthroughs, I've done those like months ago or weeks ago, and they just get scheduled because they're quicker to make. But the Hector video takes time, and the animation stuff I do on my other channel, it takes a lot of time. So if you're disappointed that there's no read and react this week, then I apologize. But like I said, I'm getting even then I'm getting a little fucking anxiety just talking about it. I'm just keep in mind I am going through quite a lot in my real life, and this doesn't mean I'm quitting YouTube. It just means I might need to take a few weeks off just to finish the short because I'm more focused now on just working on projects, and I'm doing like writing for like I'm doing poetry. I'm also writing scripts for like my Epic Eric series and more projects. So that's something I kind of want to do more of. Less so than my thoughts on. I would still do the requested ones, and I know there wasn't one this month because again the whole splitting up thing. It's just been difficult to just do anything or make anything with that happening. So it will happen. All I ask is you please be patient because I am going through quite a lot and it's hard for me to do anything. I know I repeated that, but just I don't get as many view counts with my latest videos, which fair enough. I'm not someone who's trying to make specific videos to be trendy, like game videos or something, or like tips. Two of my friends, or one of my friends, has recently made their YouTube channel about F1, and he seems to be doing really, really well. And I mean, the way he makes them, the way he markets them, it's interesting. He did a stream today that I was watching, and they're all talking about Formula One. I don't know a lot about Formula One, but I'm kind of interested in it. A friend of mine does like gameplay stuff, game stuff with like Star Wars, Payday, and if you go to the channels, one of them's called Perfect Paddock, and the other one's called Delta DZN. I think it's that. Their videos are quite similar because they have big, um, uppercase, titles, and their thumbnails are quite well. I mean, for Deltas, it was like very bright and like eye catching, really. And I tend to avoid those. And keep in mind, I'm not the biggest fan of titles that have all of them's like capital letters, like saying, "Oh no, I just found out this happened." I have used them for some of them, but it was just mainly for quick, jokey videos, but nothing like that. And the thumbnails, I just make myself. I don't pay someone to make them for me. I do all that myself because I don't want to like stand out to blend in like all the other. No offense to YouTubers who use like the same type of thumbnails. That's like a bit clickbaity, but I'd rather just make one that's more so my own. I'd rather just be my own channel and then try and copy other channels as well. So at least for them, they're doing well. My Perfect Paddock friend is doing well with 37 subs, and my other friend is like over 500. So, I hope they do well. I don't know if my channel is going to really reach up to the top. I know I did the 10th year anniversary, but I don't know. If I make more like what I did with Hector, or like, what else did I do before? I did those top 10 lists, but make them different. That could work. I'll save that for next year, because this year I have to schedule every video for this year, and afterwards I'm probably going to spend time making them. Not every day, but just on any date or any day I prefer, or like for a special occasion or something like that. And then when I finish doing my thoughts on, I will just write them up and just put them as posts. But that won't be until like maybe the middle of the year or something, because I'm losing motivation of doing them. I mean, I enjoy seeing the movies, depending on what the movies are, and making them's all right. But that's all I can really say for that. So yeah, I'm really sorry if there was no read and react. I'm just going through quite a lot, and I just don't have the motivation to do it. And plus, I was a bit late. Someone on DJ on his server said you should do it on a Saturday. I'm out on a Saturday. I see movies on a Saturday, so I'm not gonna have time to do it. I get why, because Sunday, if people are still going to school, they have to like go to bed early to get up. Excuse me. They have to get up early for school the next day. I get that, but that's the only like day I can pretty much do it. Any other day, maybe, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to think. Um, yeah, I might, maybe I'll do Fridays, but there's certain things that on in the evenings that I like to watch on Fridays, so I don't know. It's all a bit much for me to take in, so I'll put a pin on that. But I will definitely do it next week. I'll definitely do it on the 2nd. It's not an April Fool's joke, and I know the 1st is a Saturday, but it's not going to be April Fool's. I will do it next week. I promise you that. All right. It's just that something happened today that affected me deeply, and I just don't have the motivation to do it. So, yeah. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say. Things will change, but I'm not going anywhere. It will either be better or worse. I don't know. We'll have to find out. And yeah, thank you for watching. And if you've commented on the stream, which I know a few people have, thank you also for understanding what I'm going through and the situation. If this happened to someone else, I mean, I know a lot of YouTubers have dramas and things in their personal life that makes it hard for them to continue making vids for a while. I understand, so it's quite difficult, really. So I'll have a quick look at the chat. Next time, if you remind yourself of your parents splitting up, and don't let it happen. We're always here for you. Thank you. That really, really means a lot. I visited one of my friends on Friday because I had nothing to do, and I brought one of my dogs along, and he and his family quite liked it. Quite like my little puppy, because I had nothing to do, and I just wanted to go out. I didn't want to be in the house. I wanted to go and visit people and wanted to be more active, really. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying not to think about it as well when I go out. When I go out with friends, I'm having like a whale of a time. But when people, one way or another, bring it up, I try to keep calm. I try not to think about it. So yeah, this wasn't going to be anything huge. It was just a last minute idea, just to tell you what's going on and whatnot. I'll have to remind myself because I do forget. So yeah, thank you for listening, and once again, I'm sorry. See you next time.